must be their hangout spot. Today we're in Brickell, Miami. This is the financial capital of the Southeast. A lot of money's been moving down to Florida in the recent years. Camera up and down, but just want to give you a sense of what I'm walking around. I have restricted camera use in here, so I'm gonna give you a look at the mall real quick. It gets me dizzy looking up. I think COVID had a big part to do with that. As you can see in the city center, it's very busy today. It's Friday. About 90 degrees outside. We had a heat wave yesterday. I think it hit approximately 97 degrees. They said the feel-like temperature was 108. What a great day to take a walk. We'll walk in and around the city center mall. Unfortunately, they won't let me walk inside with a camera. They'll let me walk in with a cell phone, but not a camera. In recent years, there's just been quite an explosion in Miami. Waymo is pretty new for this area. Bicycle riding is not allowed on the streets, on the sidewalks down here. If it was, I would have done it long ago. Traffic patterns can be pretty aggressive down here in Miami, a lot different than what you may think, mainly because everybody down here arrived from somewhere else. Very few people were actually born here, so you can imagine being in Ohio, meeting up with somebody from Germany that's driving, another person from Japan, and then a New Yorker gets thrown into the mix that may have rented a car for his first time ever. No offense to New Yorkers. So you have a lot of people acting and reacting to traffic differently, so it can be pretty aggressive. It's a pretty interesting building here. Sitting among the skyscrapers. Then of course you get your everyday Lamborghini passing by. Got the little Uber Eats robot here. This must be their hangout spot. We've got 3 of them within just a few feet. We've got the monorail above. That's a quick and easy way to get back and forth from the airport. So you literally do not need to rent a car when you're here. That's completely up to you. So that alone could save you some bucks. So I took a Waymo last time I was here. Initially I thought it might be expensive, but it actually wasn't. It was about $1 per minute for the destination that we were going to. So I don't think there's going to be any real savings if I took an Uber compared to Waymo. What a beautiful day. We'll walk back down towards the city center. I'll show you kind of that spot. This is an amazing view right here. You can only imagine being on the top floor of one of those balconies, overlooking the ocean and Biscayne Bay. It'd be pretty amazing. So I plan on doing a nighttime walk at some point. That's why you're not supposed to have electric bikes on the sidewalks. He's not supposed to be on the sidewalk. He's not supposed to be on here. Anyhow. Everybody recognizes that place. They have restricted camera use in here, so I'm gonna give you a look at the mall real quick and then just step out. That's pretty cool. There's the monorail I was telling you about. Little funny story. I told my wife, I said, wow, this place has really changed. And she started laughing. She said, yeah, things change over 50 years. So you can imagine when I was a kid, we left when I was 8 years old and we came back a couple times, but none of this existed. And I really haven't been down here. I've been past on, you know, going down 95. I've been past the area without actually stopping. And really just didn't consider how much of a change there was. It's truly amazing. I don't think there was maybe 4 or 5 of these buildings here when I was a kid. If you happen to see this video and you made it this far, thank you. Like and subscribe. My wife Eva and I are getting ready to retire, and we're just out doing different things like this, enjoying Florida, the world, having fun with it. That's really what it's all about. Just thought we would do something different. Also, I drove around this whole area prior to getting out and doing this walk. I wanted to familiarize myself with the streets, how things were laid out, and I'm trying to build my skills as somebody that's going to do city walks. I think it's a way to do a little exercise. At the same time, see different places. I'll put a link to the driving video for Brickell on this video. It's a fairly extensive drive. I drove for about an hour and 10 minutes all through Brickell. Most of the streets downtown, some of the older section as well. So take a look at that, see what you think. We're also heading to Positano, Italy next month. And while we're there, we're going to drive through Rome. We've been to Rome before, but I thought it'd be neat to do a driving video. And then we will also go up to Venice and probably pretty close to Switzerland. So we're able to do that because my wife and I do home exchange. And so on home exchange, you swap houses. And for some people, that's a pretty cool thing to do. It is for us. We actually swap out one of our rental houses. We have a rental home in Apollo Beach, Florida. And we swap out the rental home, and then we're able to gather points through a point system. You can do a direct swap. Very rarely does that actually work out, just to be honest with you. But we do points, and then we take our points, and then of course we can go see the world. It's a fantastic program. We've been everywhere. Well, not technically. Been to Ireland, Iceland, Italy, St. Lucia 3 times. We went up to Oregon last year. I wish I filmed more up there because really love Oregon. We've been to Maine. Actually, we went to Oregon twice. It was so nice. I'll have to check the temperature, but I bet we're now pushing 93, 94 degrees. So this is the Hillsborough River. I think I saw somebody call it the Miami River. It might be. But my understanding, it's the Hillsborough River. I think it's the 5th or 6th Lamborghini I've seen in an hour. Pretty amazing. So across the way here is where you see the cruise ships come in and out. So if you take a cruise in Miami, that's where you would come in and out at. Eva was working today, and I wanted to stop down here. It's a few hours for us, so look, few hour drive for me. Looks like a storm is going to be heading in. Seems like it. If I get a chance today, here, let me give you a better shot of the JW Marriott. Absolutely stunning building. Absolutely stunning. So that goes back and forth and around Miami, but it actually runs out to the airport, which is nice. You're like me, I'm not from here. I wasn't going to do it. They must be from around here.
They say go, that's where we go, right?
Yeah, well. I'm sure you get used to it after a while. You just know when the lights are going or not. No, I'm too old. I can't run across. I'll get hurt. Where are y'all from?
Arizona, right?
Okay, all right. My brother used to live in Anthem. Yeah. I'm from Tampa area. I came down and just going around town, just filming some stuff. I do travel videos. Yeah. I picked a hot day to do it though. It was a minute ago. You can tell right here. I'm sweating good. Thank you. You too. I think I want to go work my way down to Biscayne Bay. Head on down this way. Of course, if you don't want Uber, you can grab a city bike. So the electric bikes are banned on the walkways, and so they're banned like Miami Beach. You walk around Miami Beach, they're banned in that area as well, which I thought was a bummer. You can ride them on the street, you're just not allowed to ride them on any of the, the Ocean Parkway. There's a road that goes up and down. The beach area, and you can't ride them there. These buildings are just unbelievable. The amount of money in this area is just, I don't even know how you could add it up. It's got to be in the trillions. Has to be. Very peaceful though, very calm. Oddly enough, with all the cars going by, you really get a calm sense walking around here. I don't have any crime statistics or anything like that, but it certainly feels like a very safe place. Down to Biscayne Bay, and then we'll come back up the river. Hope I don't make everybody sick by flipping this camera up and down, but just want to give you a sense of what I'm walking around. Very cool. I'm getting my steps in today, I'll tell you. We've lived down here since 2011. You do get used to the heat a little bit, but we've recently had record highs, so record highs are record highs. Which means it's really hot. Come over and check some boats out. I'm a big boater, so I've had one since I was 14 with a John boat. Okay, all right, hold on everybody. I gotta show you this. This will get you dizzy. Gets me dizzy looking up. So this building actually sticks out from the base and overhangs this area. Here, I'll walk underneath, give you a better shot. So that's Biscayne Bay over there. When we were kids, my dad would take us on the boat and bring us down here, and we would run around, and of course, again, none of this was here. So this is Brickell Key, and I made a video there earlier today. That's part of my Brickell Miami drive. So I drove around the island. Very cool. They won't let you walk. You can come in and drive around. I'm not even so sure they'll let you in. I just drove right through and nobody stopped me. So anyhow, that's what I did. Absolutely fantastic day for this. Look at this boat. Sky Chaser. Absolutely gorgeous. How you doing? This boat's wider than my yard. 105. I would imagine that means it's 105 feet. Incredible. And that would be me waving at everybody. But you know what? They have the same view. It looks like they're having fun. So we're up against these buildings right here. I don't think any one of these condos has a bad view. Whether you're looking at the city, looking over the river, Biscayne Bay, absolutely beautiful views everywhere around here. If you haven't been here, obviously, at this point, you know you need to come. Let's go down this way. Looks like we've got a drawbridge going up for the sailboat. Comes in a Sea Ray 270. Good looking boat. I used to really want one of those. Still do, actually. No, that one's that's like a 240. A little smaller. Still a great boat. What a nice little walking area. You know, nobody's down here. Very quiet. People are walking their dogs. So that's between Brickell Avenue up here, and I think that's Second over here. So you can walk up and down the river, and it seems to be quite nice. Well, it is quite nice. Just pick a cooler day than I did. I don't want to sound like I'm complaining, because it's pretty normal for us down here. I wonder if that's some kind of historical home, or somebody just refused to move. I'll have to find that out. cross over, I guess. I know I've already mentioned it once, but if you got into it this far, thank you. And please like and subscribe. I plan on doing many more videos like this. Like I said, we're going to Italy when we get back. I certainly want to run up through the Gatlinburg area. I think everybody would love to see that if you haven't been there. Again, that's a place I think everybody should go and see. Why not? See if I can get in or around this. Oh, this must go up and over. Yeah, we want to do it when the foliage changes. When I do that, I'll slow down a lot because it's a lot smaller town. And I'll give you a lot better view of some of the shops. Musical cars. There's a Ferrari. We're gonna wrap it up here. Just want to thank everybody for joining today. Like and subscribe. Well, maybe not. We'll just go on a little bit more. think we're gonna shoot over to South Beach next. I'm gonna make a few rounds over there. Haven't done that in a little while.
I do to you at
Another Waymo. We're gonna wrap it up here. If you are a subscriber to my kind of a tutorial or explanation of why we're doing this, or even how to get there when it comes to monetization, if you made it this long, I'll explain why I drug the video out just for a few extra minutes over in that video. It doesn't really pertain to too many other people that aren't interested in that. If you're interested in joining a community of people that do city walks and things like that, you know, driving, just give me a shout, you know, reach out to me. And I'm trying to build a little bit of a community of people that can help each other out when it comes to making better videos, creating better content, and passing along information. I've said that in other videos. So far, nobody's jumped in on that, but I think one day they will. Our subscriber count is going up really fast, and you know, I think eventually people will recognize that we're learning, and we're going to end up making better and better content. So thanks again. This is Adventures with Mike and Eva, and I hope you had fun.